Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Lighting Your Sunshine, where we like to shine a light within and empower ourselves. So I was just getting ready for bed and I wasn't going to make a video, but I felt like I had to hop on and lots of energy right now. I didn't know what the message was going to be about. I just felt like I was supposed to do a quick one. But as I kind of got the decks, so I felt drawn to the fairy one and then Moonology. But as I did, I kind of got a lot of past energy. I don't know if there's sadness from the past or if it's hard to let go of the past. I feel a lot of energy in this. I feel a lot of support when it deals with matters of the past. I feel very confused. I feel very conflicted, and I'm sure that's what the reading's about. But I also feel very protective. I feel like those are the energies coming through, and it's quite intense at the moment. I don't know why we're doing the moon one. I don't know where the moon is in the cycle or anything like that. I don't think anything like major is going on, like full moon, new moon, super moon, blue moon, whatevs. So, what's up, Spirit? That one. So we have the dreamer, and the dreamer is walking to a tower. So that's what I see. It's like you have this great adventure, this something that you want to do, and the tower is showing me that it's actually like a tower moment. So that's kind of like that dread that I feel, or whatever, that protection. Because in the tarot, the tower is like you've established something, and then it's like usually getting hit by lightning, and then it's like falling apart. And do I have any actual tarot here? I have Guardians of the Night. And it is nighttime, so let's use this one too. Ooh. And honestly, for this, I don't actually want to shuffle it. I just want to find the Tower card. So maybe using the book would be easier than to actually shuffle. Tower, tower, tower. What about the Tower? 16, which is on what page? Doesn't say. Oh, passed it. Oh, and then I landed on the star. Something to do with nighttime and your dreams. There's something to do, yeah. Are you not going to give me a picture of what the tower is? There's no pictures in any of this book. Oh, that's crappy. I already know what a tower is. Oh, it's a vulture. Okay, so vulture has to do with community, harmony, and restoration. And that's what I feel. I feel like that you started off. You had this dream. You had this adventure. Something to do with the dog. Dog's pointing the way. And you know what? I had a dream last night about a dog. And it was very, very vivid. I didn't like it. It was and that's kind of like what the tower is. The tower is like your dreams falling apart. So Liz says, embrace your true purpose, begin a new adventure, and trust yourself. So I'm not going to tell you what my dream was about unless I have to, but ooh, gross. I didn't like it. It woke me up. I was like, bing, like 4:30 in the morning. I was like, no, it's like March break. Like we get to sleep in. And there's no way I was going back to bed after that. There's a dog on here too. Doggone it. This one is the King of Autumn. It says compassionate, accomplished, charismatic, and gifted. Be assertive when it comes to what you know is right. Everything is going your way. A good person or company to work for. So there's this girl or this fairy energy. Genders in tarot is whatever. You have both within you. But there's this girl, this fairy energy. And when I see it, she's not really here. She's like kind of in her head, like daydreaming. So a daydream, a night dream, a dream is a dream, they say. And you have a dream. And when I looked at the king, I was drawn to like right here. There's this little bit of red coming. And it kind of, oh, I weren't this today. I saw it as his heart. And I wanted to put this by my heart for some reason today. And it's just kyanite. which I love. I find it so clearing. So something to do with the heart. There's fear. There's something of the past that you want to do. You want to go do something. You don't want to give it your all because you're scared that this tower moment's going to happen. Why are we scared about the tower moment? Let's go into the moons. Do you know what? As I was shuffling it, when you deal with spirit, you get really tired. And like I said, I was getting ready for bed, but that's what I felt. I felt almost like you have this purpose, you have this dream, you have whatever it is, but instead I almost see someone just giving up and like being like, well, I'm just gonna go to bed. Like they're just gonna sleep on their dream, and it's the wrong kind of dream. And so is this all in reverse? Yeah, so no reversals. Whoop, whoop. Okay, so this one says, full moon in Capricorn, the end of a tough cycle approaches. And then over here, we have new moon. So we have full moon to new moon. And it says, confidence is your key to success. It's a new moon in Leo. So what do I see? I see this King of Autumn, right? That's King of Pentacles, being very abundant, being very, as this one said, compassionate and accomplished, charismatic and gifted. And this dreamer is not confident. She's gonna do it. She has spirit. She has all these things leading her to over here. And it's like, what do you mean? This is supposed to be on fire. The king and the queen are supposed to be falling out of it. But when you have this energy that is in there, it's actually stable. So there's something to do with this here. It says there's the end of a tough cycle. It's time to let whatever that is go. The end of a tough cycle approaches. And this person is in their head more than they're out here in reality, because I feel like they've gone through a lot of tough cycles, a lot of tough everythings. And all it kind of does, what was I trying to say? I hate, there's two words that were trying to come out. All that it ever does, and then I heard dies. And so maybe that's what they think. Just every time I go and try something, it falls apart. It doesn't work. I'm used to being around really mean people, because over here, Capricorn is ran, like in the tarot, there's a card associated to all of them. I'm an Aquarius and I saw the star, and that's my card. But the Capricorn is the devil card. So that's what I almost see, is like someone was stuck in a karmic situation. We're not going to say that all Capricorns are that, but that's the connection that's coming through right now. And so it's a tough cycle, because it seemed like whatever you kind of went up against, it was like the devil energy. It was like, and normally in that, there he is, like sitting on his throne, and there's like chains to him. Whatever it was that you always wanted, it kind of had chains to you. It was an attachment. It could have been something even like codependency or something, or, you know, an addiction or something. Whatever it is, it had control over you, and you couldn't ever leave it. It just, I can only go this far, right? I want to go off on, I'm going on an adventure. And it's like, no, get back here. And it would always pull you back. It's like one step forward, two steps back. And so whatever this cycle was, it was like a dance with the devil that you didn't want to do. But let's see here. Capricorn, what do you want to share about that? It's weird. Okay, so I'm sitting here, and all of a sudden my throat just got so dry, and I was like, water everywhere, but not a drop to drink. And it's a sea goat, right? So it's a goat, and like, see, there it is. It's got like Little Mermaid, whatever. And the moon does the ocean and the tide. And then so I was like, well, what do I do? Like, I don't got no water here. And I'm not actually thirsty, because man, have I drank a lot of water today. And so I don't know, it's almost like they showed me like the candle and like drinking it. And so what's the reference to that? It almost was like, again, she's not in the right mind. There's something to do with the mind, and the mind is so focused on the past. The past was so bad. It didn't work out. There's problems. And so by being so focused on that and not completing this cycle yet, this cycle needs to end. They're doing really dumb things like mistaking this for a cup and drinking. Like, it's just so things that shouldn't happen. That's what I'm seeing. So there's a lot of spirit, there's a lot of guides. There's a cardinal bird there. Ooh, chills. I heard cardinal sin. That there's something in the past that always had a connection to you, something that could always pull you back. Maybe it's a trigger. Just one word could be said to you, like, right, you're doing so good, you're making progress, you're doing all these things, and someone says one word, and you're like, no, right back to where you were. And that one is almost like a loop that pulls you down lower and lower and lower. But we're building ourselves up. And so this tower is both. In the one sense, in the negative sense, it is always on fire and like authority needs to change and whatever. But I feel like there's been a lot of problems and trials and tribulations, so that you really had to learn from your mistakes and boss up. So as this one says, be assertive when it comes to what you know is right. So in the past, as it said, there's a lot of cardinal sins, a lot of things happening. So you had to keep speaking up. And maybe those words weren't well received. Maybe you were standing outside the fire is coming through right now. What about fire? You're fired. That's what I'm hearing. Maybe you spoke up and you got fired. Or, I don't know, you had words of fire thrown at you. Something to do with fire. And it's like, you know that what you said and what you did was right because you didn't want this attachment anymore. And so to keep leveling up and keep leveling up, it's like you've got burned so many times that it's like a phoenix rising moment. Not really. No phoenixes in this. That's not coming through. But that's almost what it is. It's almost like, because in a phoenix, it like depletes and then it comes back. And what I'm seeing is that this fire comes at you, but you don't do that part. The crumbling, the turning to ashes. That doesn't happen. The fire comes, and maybe it's more like temperance. It tempers you, your temper and your trigger. And it's like each time is like a little less, little less, little less. And so it's not bugging you anymore. So now it kind of helps you really stand into the Leo energy, your confidence. It says confidence is your key to success. Because before you weren't successful because there was this attachment to something. And so that's what I'm seeing is you leveling up. And so now this tower is stable and sturdy. So we got the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles has kind of worked through all kings, right? The King of Swords with the knowledge and the truth. And then the King of Cups and the heart and the passion. King of Wands with the excitement and the fire. And so now you've got that earth. Everything is being brought here to this level, to this moment right now. So something to do with the past has kept you in a fog, in a daydream, in a haze. And I am seeing like all this purpley thing. So I am seeing purple haze. And it says, everything is going your way, a good person or company to work for. So again, I heard you're fired. So maybe you did get fired. Maybe something did happen. But now, this time, by you letting go of whatever that is, you realize that you could make it. That it didn't steal your fire, didn't steal your thunder, and I see confidence coming for you. And something to do with the dog. And I'd like to pull Guardians of the Night Tarot. Loyalty. But what about loyalty? They're saying birds of a feather flock together, and they're going back to that cardinal sin thing. And it's like you did resonate with whatever it was in the past, but you're allowed to change. You're allowed to, I don't know, I see a growing or an evolving and a changing. And so you're allowed to go through that, but it's hard to go through it because you keep thinking you were who you were in the past. And so there is a need to reflect and like let go. What's up with this? It can't be. All I keep hearing is Kendrick Lamar, I got loyalty inside my DNA. And so maybe there's an upgrade. But all of these are in reverse. So there is a mix. Yeah, there is. So we'll take it as reverse. So the first one to come out was 3 of Pentacles and the wolves. And the wolves aren't the dogs. And so that's where it's like in the past kind of being loyal. So here you are as the stag. The stag here has the abundance, and there's these like three predators. This is predator energy. So whereas like this dog is leading you and guiding you, this dog is protecting you and giving companionship. Okay, so I'm almost seeing someone be like, but I am a dog. And like, you know, that way, like, oh, you're like a maybe player, whatever. But there's a difference. They're singing DNA again. Because these wolves and these dogs maybe come from like, almost like, what is that word? Like genealogy, like there was a split, like maybe a far distant ancestor or something like that. But these wolves, I actually just heard somewhere this week that most animals hunt for food, right? They don't do it out of like malice or whatever. But I heard that wolves will do it for fun. And so I don't know. I never actually went and checked on it. I totally forgot that I even heard that until I saw this. And so there's not this loyalty. And so this stag, and so maybe it's like someone who's like, okay, so what I'm kind of picking up is like younger energy. And let's say it was a guy, because here's whatever. It's like, I'm single, right? Stag. When you get married, you have your stag, whatever. Stay at party, like that energy. And it's like I don't know, I almost see someone like bragging about being like a player type energy, like that, like I'm a dog, like I'm whatever. But even in the lowest vibration of the dog, it's still not matching up to the wolves. And so to surround yourself, and that's how like wolves, when they hunt, like they'll send some off here and here and here. And so I feel like whoever this person was, like they surrounded themselves with the wrong people, and they're surrounded. So I almost felt like keep going forward and like put them at your back. At least you'll like know that, but like they're everywhere. And so to have this protection in this pentacles is hard. The next one to come out is justice. It was in reverse. There is no justice in this. So what do you want to share? They're talking about dreams. I don't want to talk about my dream. Okay, it's good. I don't have to. It's the viewer's dream. That's what they show. So it's almost showing like the scales. And the scales to me, again, remember how I said that red represented the heart? I saw the heart there. The heart has to be on there. So Matt, right? Your heart has to be balanced, and a pure heart, a good heart. And the thing with justice is like, again, with this tower moment, I don't feel like the tower is bad. And this one was like, be assertive and And when it comes to what you know is right, so I feel like someone has to speak up about something that they really don't want to, that most people would seem it as bad. But in this one, it's positive. It's like standing up for the underdog. Ooh, that's it. Underdog. I got mad chills. Ooh, yeah. For someone who can't really stand up for themselves, because it seems like there's like these like little apex predators like coming in and like poking and pushing advantage and all these things, and it's like you aligned yourself with them. That's what I'm seeing, but you know it's not right, and so you have to speak up, right? You have to stand for the underdog, because you're also an underdog. It's someone, they're showing me, that's part of your soul tribe. So you see someone who's part of your soul tribe kind of getting bullied or pushed around and disadvantaged. And so by you just standing there not doing anything actually is unjust. And you're like, well, I'm not going to involve myself in this kind of thing. But it actually is causing your soul more harm for not standing up for it, because it seems like down the road, you're supposed to go there, but that's one of your people, your loyalty, part of your pact or your pride. And so yeah, I see them being like, well, they do what they want, I can't control them, but you're aligning yourselves with them, and you're like, nope, I'm just going to focus on work and my dreams and whatever. And so again, we got the sea goat there, the devil card, and the cardinal sin they keep showing. So for you to see injustice and not speak on it, when you have the ability to create change by just standing in your purpose, I feel like that's the adventure, the journey, and it's going to be safe, because you do it at a higher level consciousness. So I've been going to this one place, and we kind of like talk about these different concepts, and it seems like anger keeps coming up, and they always talk about how anger is like an iceberg. What you see on the surface is just the tip of the iceberg. Underneath the water, again, we have the sea goat, and the moon controls the water, the emotions. There's so much more to it. And yeah, that's what I'm seeing. And whatever these emotions and these things, it has to be dealt with, especially on a full moon. A full moon is illumination. It brings everything up to the forefront. And I see someone being like, well, I don't want to deal with that. That's not my problem. I just want to focus on my money, on my whatever. But I don't know, it's almost like by you standing up for that person creates a purpose for you, or you stand up for that person and that person's part of your soul tribe and you guys are supposed to create something, whatever it is. Yeah, because I see you going on the adventure, but it's like you can't go because you're stuck in your head, because the past is looming there. And because the past hasn't been dealt with, there's still these attachments or these cords or this something. And that's what I feel like. You got to keep watching your back. You're like, I think I can just go forward. And it's like, yeah, but that pack mentality, like it's coming from all areas and all sides. And so you can't rest and be calm and happy and confident. And so there is a need to go into confidence, especially here with new moon in Leo. Confidence is your key to success. So I'm seeing new moon is like when the moon's almost void, right? That's when you plant the seeds. So I see you pulling yourself back from the group, and that group not really having access to your energy or knowing what you're going to do. It seemed like before you were always like front and center and like really loud, and like everything you thought you had to tell them and they wanted it. It seems like you're just a cash cow, but you're not a cow. But there's this consciousness leveling. So from stag, maybe there's a relationship. Maybe, yeah. Maybe this, okay. Ooh. Maybe this relationship is liking someone who's an underdog, or I don't know, but it's someone from the soul tribe, and they're a very loyal person and all this. It doesn't have to be like love or relationship, because again, I heard you're fired. So it could be like a work situation, a something. Take however it resonates for you, and don't try and force everything to fit. But I see you leveling up, and that's weird. I really see someone in this card when I look at it. I wonder how they are doing. Yeah. Anyways, that's what I see, is like they keep going forward, but it seems like there's something pulling them back. And when I looked here, remember how I said there was like purple haze? I see grapes here. So those grapes could be wine, lots of drinking. But that's in the background. What I see now is a crystal here on his like wand, and it kind of showed me actually like the dark crystal. And so dark crystal is all about taking people's energy. That's kind of what I see. And you kind of finally standing up and stopping it. Being confident. I feel like before it was like really trying to fit in with those that you're not meant to fit in, but by finding your confidence, being assertive when it comes to what you know is right, everything is working out. A good person, that's a good person, or a good company to work for, it says. So now I feel like there's that stability, there's that something. And so now you're in the driver's seat, you're in the tower, king of your own castle, right? We got the king of autumn, and that's when I see like autumn as like cornucopia. You've grown everything, you've harvested everything, you have everything that you need to get you through the next whatever. So it says, embrace your true purpose, begin a new adventure, and trust yourself. And in the past, it seems like when you get to the tower, those who always occupied it were misadvantaged. You know, they used people or resources and things like that. And then there was one more of the Night Guardian that I pulled. And so it was the Nine of Swords, which is usually someone laying in bed, and there's all these swords kind of looming over them. But then this little cub kind of reminded me of the dog. There's something to do. It was in reverse though. So let me think about that. Again, something to do with the dog, underdog. Could have been a cub, could have been a child. They're telling me coulda, shoulda, woulda. And so this story, remember over here, it's like the end of a tough cycle approaches, and it's like coulda, shoulda, woulda. And this is saying be assertive. So it's better to stand up and change and tip the scales in whatever it is, because it's going to give you more confidence and allow you to start something new and fresh. And if you don't, you're going to sit there at the end of the day, and because you were assertive, because you believed in yourself and you were loyal to your soul purpose, your soul cause, your soul family. Because in some of them, I see it's just you standing up for yourself. But for others, I see it's standing up for another, something to do with dogs. And so I don't know what that connection to dogs is for you. Maybe you can let me know or not. But at the end of the day, it'll be nice that you trust and have confidence in yourself, because that's the key to the doors of the tower. It's like home sweet home. So I'm hearing mi casa su casa. And so at the end of the day, because you stand up for yourself, you have the confidence to be assertive. That's what brings you the key to your success, as this Leo says. Leos are all fiery energy. So taking that fire, remember, you don't get burned, right? You don't turn to ashes and have to come back from nothing. It's like the fire comes and it's like, I'm still here. And so you just keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. And so at the end of the day, you can go home and sleep peacefully, knowing that you did your best and you were the most confident version of yourself to embrace your true purpose, to stop living out of your la fantasy, head, mind, whatever it is, and actually come back to life and walk instead of like, so I feel like there's a lot of talking. So now it's time to walk the walk, right? Oh, one day I'm gonna this, one day I'm gonna do that. Go do it then. Get off your ass and go do it. Stop talking. You talk a good game, but now show us how it's done. Because it's better to go home, put your head on the pillow, and sleep peacefully, knowing that you did everything that you could to make your dreams and wishes come true, so that you don't live in this fantasy la land. It's reality for you. And then for those who don't do that, they're going to stay up at night and be like, shoulda, coulda, woulda. Man, I wish I tried. Why didn't I? I had the opportunity right there and I just let it slip through my fingers. And so they're going to stay up at night. And I feel like it's going to be hard to fall asleep because the mind's going to be racing. Coulda, shoulda, woulda. Tomorrow I'm going to do this, and down in the future when I have all the resources and, but if you don't close this cycle, and this cycle is telling you to step into your king status, right? This king needs to be compassionate, but also accomplished. So you need to take action. You can't just keep sitting there and I keep saying la, but they keep showing me delusion. So it needs to be compassionate, accomplished, charismatic, and gifted. So I feel like, especially with this dreamer card, that they're already charismatic and gifted. That's what that dream kind of came from spirit. You've got these guides and they're very loyal to you and they're guiding you on the way, and there's others who come across your path to help you. Especially let go of whatever it is that is taking of you, and praying on you to be their resource for whatever whatever your dream is, whatever is that fuel for your success. Because Three of Pentacles usually is kind of like working in a team kind of thing, but it's not in this one. It was in reverse. So there is a need to be assertive, and I feel like that assertiveness is like, I almost feel like, you got plans, you know what you got to do, and then someone would come and be like, yeah, but can you help me? And you're just like, okay, fine. And then, okay, so I'm almost seeing someone eat supper. You need fuel for your body to energize yourself, to maintain your energy for the day. And so these wolves are plotting on, how can I get their food? How can I take their fire? And so they're like, oh, can you come here and help me? I can't do it on my own. And you're just like, oh, okay. And you put your plate down and then you go and help them, and you come back and they've already eaten everything. They've left no crumbs. And it's like, but damn it. Now you go without food. Now you're hungry. Now you're in the poverty. I can't do it. The scales are not fair and balanced. It comes at a cost to you. And that's why I feel like it's time, it says, to embrace your true purpose. And so you have to fill up your cup first. Put on your oxygen mask. Fire needs a lot of oxygen, right? You got this fire in you, the spark. Now let it grow, ignite it. Nothing's gonna put it out unless you don't try. So be assertive when it comes to what you know is right. What you know is your mind. And then this one, it seems the mind is battling a lot and it doesn't want to deal with things. But guess what? You got to deal with it. If you just don't deal with it now, you're going to have to deal with it tomorrow. It's going to be in your thoughts, in the back of your mind, because you don't know. And if you don't know, you're going to create all these stories that I don't know, it's almost like a band-aid. Pull it off now, deal with it, and guess what? Tomorrow, you never have to deal with that again. It's done. You have the answer. And maybe it's something you like, maybe it's something you don't like, but you're so strong that you'll heal from it, right? Oxygen gets to the wound will heal, and you go on your way. And that's what I see. I see you ending a tough cycle. But the only thing that's keeping this cycle is you avoiding it. Doesn't exist. I can't deal with it. La 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 la. But okay, you're not dealing with that, but you're also not dealing with this. Your hopes and your dreams and your heart and your want and your, you know, you're supposed to be up in here. I'm supposed to pull one more and then we can really wrap this up. But whoever this is, I feel like they're having a tough time sleeping. They're worried about, to some, it's their dreams. Some, it's a partner. Some, it's a child. Yeah. So to wrap this up, what do we got? Six of Winter. And look at that purpley haze again. It says positive changes are on their way. A welcome relief from troubled times. Traveling or relocating. So there's a bridge in the background here, right? There's just like this, and I feel like this one is like the harder way. You're like, no, I could easily like walk over this, but you're like, I'm getting there. And I feel like it's the emotions. Okay, it's the mind that's like, I can't handle these emotions. These emotions are too much, right? What if I cry? And it's like, right? There's that sea goat, that water. There's something to do with the water. And like, what if that water, what if these emotions puts out my fire? And it's actually the key to your success, to your confidence. You're being guided where to go. And so rather than like, you know how it's like, you can't go over it, can't go under it, gotta go through it. You have to go through it. So I almost see, as it says, positive changes are coming, relief from troubled times, just dealing with the emotions. For some, I actually get that you are meant to travel somewhere or relocate or change. Change is good. I like change. And you know what? I've been taking a break from making videos. That's why I'm like, what do you mean I'm making a video right now? But I shared a lion. And the lion had a monarch butterfly just sitting there hanging out. And I wrote, change is good. And this is something I've been pondering for a while. Because I love change. I really do. I create a lot of change everywhere I go. But I've been pondering because I heard somewhere where it said, for those who always feel the need to like relocate, right? To always go. They said that it was a traumatic response with not dealing with your stuff. And I was like, really? And I was like, I could see it, right? Like you have this sense of like, you know, every time you start new and you realize that your flame didn't go out and you can rebuild yourself back bigger and better and brighter than ever. It's a little bit empowering. And I've been pondering this because I do it quite often. But you know what? This card sums it all up. There's that dog, and that dog is spirit, the loyalty guiding you. So when you were called to travel somewhere or to relocate or whatever it is, they brought to me the book, The Alchemist. And in The Alchemist, they're showing me the part where he talks to the sun. But anyways, the sun, maybe there is something to do with child. But I also see the sun as the fire, the spark, because I do love Sekhmet, and she is the daughter of Ra, who is the sun god. And Leos are the sun. But anyways, in The Alchemist, he has to go on this huge adventure. And he does have this love. What was her name? Fatima or something like that. And he knows that he has to leave her and go on his own adventure. Eventually, he does get back with her. But I think wherever spirit leads you to go, is that soul growth or evolution. And I feel like that's so much more important than to stay in this energy, because this energy is unbalanced and it calls for justice and balance, an equal give and take. So yeah, I've always been drawn or called to go to places, and a lot of times really cool things have happened at the right time, being at the right place at the right time. And you can't deny that those moments when spirit has guided you there and you see all the synchronicities. So as much as that person said, you know, you always leaving all the time is a trauma response of you not dealing with your stuff, I really sat with it for a long time, because I was like, maybe. Then I realized, no, it's not. When you're called to go where you're called to go, it's like a spiritual journey. So I feel like someone is on, and it's so hard because sometimes you have to give up things that that you feel very called to, attached to, right? There was that double talk. And I was picking up things to put the cards away, and I had ego. The illusion of being trapped, placing too much importance on material items, getting caught up in fear and worry. And so over here, he's burning guilt, the book of guilt. And this one was Queen of Summer. And it said, listen to your heart, intuitive insights you can trust. So there's that King of Pentacles. Yeah, that heart. There's heart. You need to have the mind and the heart, but I feel like the mind is scared of the heart. And it says, taking care of others, perhaps too much. And there was that plate, right? Not getting your own. And then there was one more when I was trying to pick it up. So we had Princess of Winter. And it says, information that can help you, but which may also be difficult to hear. Speaking the truth with kindness, an indigo child or adult. So inquisitive, thoughtful, realistic, and undiplomatic. The truth is subjective, but it's also sometimes to speak your truth, especially when others have been benefiting off of it, they can't handle it. And maybe you can't handle the truth either. So what are they showing me? They're showing me, as I sat in that thing that was like, I came to the conclusion that I was right to leave in those moments. Because I was like, was I right? Was I wrong? Was I right? Was I wrong? But let's say I was wrong. Could you live with that and accept the energy that comes with it? And I think that's it, is like, you don't need to know the answers to everything, but you have this hope, this dream, this whatever, and spirit wants to give it to you. But especially when it comes to the past, there's a really tough cycle, this tough something that you need to let go of. Are you able to hear some hard truths that might be scary to hear? And when you do, can you just sit with it and learn to love yourself for it and find the balance in it? And then go forward where you feel guided to go and do what you're meant to do. The main thing is getting a good night's rest. Can you be happy with what you did during the day? Can you go home and be proud of yourself, right? A proud Leo, right? Not the ego, but pride. And like cardinal sins, that one thing, there is good, right? We talked about anger being a iceberg, but sometimes anger is good. And so with pride, sometimes it can be egotistical, but sometimes being proud of what you did is amazing. Can you go home at the end of the day and be proud of everything that you accomplished? Did you stand up for what was right with what you know in your heart to be true? And if you can, you'll be in this energy in no time. And this energy is going straight to the top. So I feel like we'll leave it there. I hope you have a good day or night, because this is a nighttime one. And I don't know if I'm going to release it today. I don't know. Maybe I should. I don't know. I guess it will go out when it's meant to. Hope you have a good day. We'll see you next time. Bye, guys.